Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well today. We are starting a little earlier today than planned because my wife has gone to bed early. So I thought, why not start earlier? Today we will be doing something different today. So I'll be doing a sort of concept art, but I'll still be for the manga because I am doing some of the paintings for the backgrounds in pre-prologue and prologue. And maybe chapter 0.5, depending when the paintings appear in the background. So yeah, so I'll be doing some of that tonight because I've got to start handing in pages. So I thought I'd do one of them here, and I've asked some of the Hoseki lot to maybe do one or two like historical looking paintings for the background. Anyways, guys, just a little heads up. So obviously I am now officially under Hoseki as a publisher. So if you could do me a favor, follow them on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, TikTok. I believe they're on at the moment. So it's all under Hoseki Publishing. Give them a follow. That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Obviously, I will be at AnimeCon UK in June in Birmingham at the NEC, so feel free to check them out. Get the legacy editions of my manga series, Vamp the Lost Souls Volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on Amazon Kindle, Google Play Books, and obviously, brain went a little flatline there. Sorry. Get them in physical copies on the Mixam under Vamp the Lost Soul. Anyways, guys, I believe that's everything now, apart from obviously check out all my other social medias. And obviously, if you've got some artwork, drop it in the Discord. I will put the Discord up now. And yeah, just drop it off under there. Anyways, guys, let's get on with it, shall we? Since we have started a little earlier. It's only about 10 minutes, but still. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. So as you can see, I've already got like one of my D&D tokens from what I used from the MK2 Bounty Hunters. This will be the design I'm going with, because this is the painting from her sort of waning years. So I'm going to get a little bit of inspiration as well. Just get a little bit of inspiration, baby. That was terrible. How you been, JP, by the way? Welcome to the stream. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you appeared in my chat. So I'm going to look at Victorian paintings. And then... Victorian pants. I want paintings. Oh dear, oh dear. Google's not going through a good start already. There we go. Google had a bit of a weird one. I kind of want something. Want something like landscape, but something that would oppose that she would probably do or near-ish. Oh, actually, if I do vertical. Right, I have to see if I can spell Boudica. That's Boris. Boudica is B-I-B-O-I. Is it Boudica? Yeah, I really can't spell it. I'm trying to spell Boudica, and it's like my brain's going to screw with. Hold on. Boudica. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I kind of want to do something similar to the actual paintings, but kind of do it like on her waning years, where she's kind of posing, but she's looking a bit fed up because she wants to fight somebody. Because in the manga series, Boudica was like the one before her Myra's father in the canonicity of it. So I'm trying to look for like something that, do kind of like that pose, and it looks a bit. It's not looking Victorian-esque enough. I think we're looking for something like that. So if we copy that image. But yeah, how you been, JP, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, I just sort of file. I'm going to do new. Yeah, I'm going to just do this as more like my mood board. And then just sort of. Because like, they kind of do that like that Roman-esque look. But actually like, Boudica had more of a Celtish look, as you can see here, what I've done here. So, and that's her sort of like, waning years before she kind of passed on the torch. So, yeah. So, here we go. So, what I want to do is kind of do like the more traditional pose, which is like that, but we could put like the spear and the shield aside, and she kind of can hold it sideways. But this is like more like painting in her living room. So, what I'm going to do is kind of draw out how I would usually draw it out, and then kind of try to do it in a painting-esque style. So I haven't done this in a long time, so please bear with me when I get to the painting stage, but we'll see what happens. See how it goes, and if it does look alright, then yeah, we were doing good. But yeah, I'm kind of going for like a painting-esque look and sort of like get her sort of like get that sort of look about her, if you know what I mean. Kind of like, you know, giving her the bored look as well. I'm kind of trying to like tell a story with it, like she's both doing something else right now. Are you working, JP, by the way, or are you free tonight? Are you having a rare instance that you're off? So I'm thinking I'm gonna sort of because what I've done is kind of aged her up quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is do it like that. So she's kind of turned her head. Blah, I'm always working. Yeah. Oh, darn. Do we have to like sort of like kidnap you out of your work just to sort of go, join us, JP? JP, join us. Do like, was it? What's that series called? Damn it, my brain's going off. Charlie Unicorn? JP, come to Twitchline, JP. But instead of like ending up sticking in your kidneys, we're still like your tea. Yeah, so if we do it like that, and what I'm gonna do is do it as a 300 like pixel painting, because otherwise it's just gonna make it really hard for me to sort of. So if we look at the pose here, I think we should get a facing front forward. So her body is facing frontwards, but her like mind is sort of like distracted. So sort of like that. By the way, pardon me, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. I've been hiccuping and burping all day. I don't know why. I've been trying to like sort of reset my breathing. Have you got any artwork to show off, by the way, JP? If you don't mind me asking. Just wondering if you do today, because I do like looking at your artwork. Yeah, if we kind of do it like that, so she's kind of straight. I like it, she's kind of straight. I'll put one in the server. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for preloading. I know Trix has put one in today, so hopefully there'll be no reactionary content today. So we can just like look at everybody's wonderful artwork. And guys, just to pre-warn you, obviously, I think next Monday, if I check my calendar correctly, will be my last stream of the year. Because obviously I usually take December off. So just mark your calendars, I'll be back in January. Because obviously I like to take the Christmas month off and, you know, sort of like focus with my family and wife. And obviously focusing on the manga as well a little bit. Especially now I am under a publisher, which is quite weird to say. It's like, yeah, I am actually officially under a publisher. It's not even like, not even for debate. It's just like, yeah. That's so weird to say, but it's kind of weird to say in a good way, if you know what I mean. Like, I've been so used to, like, doing things on my own for so long now, and now it's just like, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, it actually feels real now, like something's actually has happened, so. I still can't get over it. It's like, I think I was talking about it the other day, like, with my mates and that, like, I think I've said this before, and it, like, it's only because I got sort of like really absurdly lucky that I met those guys, and then it's just like everything's like started to snowball like in a good way from here, and it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You're kind of like, things are just going so insanely like, you know, good, quick now. So yeah, if we do it like that, and then maybe for shorten our hand here to sort of like hold the shield. Yeah, I think that'd be good. And we could kind of call, I'm going to actually call this painting sort of like Waning Days. You can see she's kind of looking out for a better tomorrow. And then maybe we could put like the chair there as well. And then just sort of like, yeah. And then transform. I'm going to make this a little smaller because I kind of want to add like her son in the background, like the next one to be. Yeah, because then she can kind of sit on the chair, can't she? And I think that'd be nice. Yeah, I think that'd be a nice vibe. So you can tell, like, I'm kind of like sitting here trying to think up everything at the moment, so. And to be honest, I have to admit, I think it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, like like sort of like I kind of get like to do this sort of thing because it's kind of like gives me a little break from the manga. Even though I am still doing the manga technically. But yeah. And then maybe put a hand across the shield here and just sort of like that. Yeah. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I kind of like the idea of that. She's kind of sitting there. And then she's kind of like holding her spear here. Looking out, and then maybe have like her son sort of like, you know, looking down at her sort of thing. Sort of like that. There we go. Yeah, I think sort of like that would be kind of cool. And then maybe have like sort of like the window here, so we kind of can set an atmosphere. So like she's looking out into the window, almost like reminding her back in the day. Yeah, I think I kind of like that vibe. So maybe if we just do it like this and make the windows big, maybe have like huge curtains coming down. Keep that sort of like that, yeah. And then like have like the window shelf here. And maybe like have something in the background that she's looking out towards, if you know what I mean. Obviously, I'll use the tool in that, but this is me sort of like gathering ideas for her painting. And then what we can do is kind of like use the light in a painting through the window. And we can actually have that kind of like semi-opened. And yeah. And we could kind of make it like as part of the red house as well, maybe. And then just sort of like, yeah, maybe have some like shelving there, and maybe have like all her like lifetime, well, not lifetime, but like long time achievements. I think that would be like the idea. So we could maybe have like a Roman helmet in the background where she fought the Romans, and then maybe have like a piece of like I don't know, maybe like something like, you know, she kind of took down like some of the biggest baddies of them all. Which will give you guys some theory fodder. So, yeah. Like, you know, what fight was she a part of? So, and then just sort of like have her son sort of like standing there, like attending to her. And to be honest, like before Mayra's dad went mad, he was a very attentive son. Because obviously he was very proud of the way she is. But also it's kind of put pressure on him to sort of like be like better. Obviously, like, you know, don't worry guys, this ain't spoiler for the manga. This is more of like lore, really. Like sort of, you know, put lore, and I'm gonna try and tell the story of sort of, you know, her son is you can tell her son's attending to her last days. And just sort of maybe sort of like he's kind of more focused on her, but she's kind of more focused outside of what's going on. Maybe like have some like reenactment going on. Hey bitch, how you been? How you been, my bear? Hey bitch. I like that. I was like, hey bitch, how you been? How you been, my bear? Yeah, I would say like maybe like he can hold a tray. Because Boudica doesn't like the idea of, hey bitch, how you been? I think like Boudica would never like the idea of having a like even like a servant, like not like a slave but like a servant, so like, you know, like a butler and stuff. So her son kind of like acted like that. He's like, no, you deserve this, you know, you deserve to treat yourself to things like that. But Boudica would never ever like have someone working under her directly. Like if it was a fight, yeah, then you need a commander structure and all that. But with her, it's she was always like a type of person where freedom needs to be fought first. You be there. Just good, just done with the day, busy. Also had an interview. Ooh, Mark Bear. What was the interview for, if you don't mind me asking about doxing yourself? Also meeting with support because I'm so drained, but I'm so good. Yeah, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you are, you know, getting help as well and support, because everyone needs a little support from time to time. It's always good to be kind to yourself, so You know what I mean? It's always good to be like that. And maybe kind of have like a favourite sort of like goblet as well, because they never really use glass. Like I would say like, even though Mira's in this sort of like rich household, like the Red House and Bexy and stuff like that, I would imagine like she wouldn't get like glass, like crystal glasses and stuff like that. She would be drinking out of like back way than like how she would like out of like mead yards and all that. You know what I mean? Like how the Celts would drink it. Like she will have nothing bougie basically. Oh, just a retail down the street. Oh, that's nice. That's no, my bad. I'm seriously, I'm happy for you, especially in this fucking job market. I know it's probably like, I'm guessing it's like Christmas temp stuff though. Right? I'm guessing, yeah. I'm assuming that's what it is. Well, I hope it leads into actual employment. So you know, good on you. Like I say, I'm only assuming, or have you asked if it's a permanent position? But yeah, yeah, I think that'd be nice. No, it's customer team member position. Oh, it's permanent. Yes, my bear. Go, boy. My man. You go. To be honest, like getting a job this time of year that's not a temp job, it's an absolute bitch to do. So you go, my bear. Sorry? Oh, Mrs. Vamp's back to give Pip the cuddles. Giving old Pippi the cuddle waddles, even though she tried to. Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed for you, might be. I hope you do get the job. By the way, Mrs. Vamp, Pip tried to steal her Mars bar today. Yeah, literally, I'm not kidding you. Pip tried to steal her Mars bar today. Like, basically, he's such a little shit, I'll tell you guys. So, essentially, long story short, like, I'm not kidding you. I was like, I can't remember what I was doing exactly. Like, I was doing one of the jobs at the time. And I think if it was just after cat food, it was like another little something just to make sure everything's done before, you know, I stream and everything and make myself a cup of tea like I did just now. And literally, I am not kidding you. I swung around and I saw his head in my Mrs. Vamp's Mars bar box, pulled out the Mars bar by the edge of the packet. I had to chase him round the room to literally get the fucking Mars bar back to make sure he doesn't eat it, because obviously, you know, chocolate ain't good for cats. But yeah, but I am not kidding you. Like, that little bugger was trying to steal my wife's Mars bar, and I was like, oh god, I tell you what, guys, you cannot trust Pip with anything around this household. Like, you know, we're trying to sort of like, you know, trying to sort things out, and then you got this little bugger here trying to steal everything. So yeah. So if you got any cats, please train your cats up not to do things like that. Classic Pip, yeah, yeah. And people wonder why. And they go, why'd you call him the Asbo cat? And I'm looking at Pip and I'm going, well, if if the example I did not just give did not tell you why I call him the Asbo cat, yeah, you know, it's lost on you. But yeah, I'm not kidding you. It's it is crazy. Like I don't think sometimes people understand like how much of a little shit he is, even though he's such a cuddly little boy and he likes sucking on daddy's ear, and sometimes try to put his tongue down in my ear, which I don't appreciate. But there you go. But yeah, so that was a thing with him, you little mischief maker. I just think he's just a pig. Excuse me. He's struck again. Sorry, Loki. I almost trying to Loki's tail. I'm not doing anything right tonight with you cats, am I? Oh God, no, not the cat. tongue in the ear. Yeah. So Pip. All right. So Pip's one of little habits. I think he's got it since he was a baby. He kind of likes to suckle on my earlobe because what you doing? So Pip got in one of the cubby holes he's not allowed in, so I kind of had to kick him out. To be honest, both cats are playing up tonight a little bit, especially Pip. But yeah, so Pip kind of likes to suck on my earlobe, as I was saying. And sometimes, when he really wants attention, he will try to put his tongue in my ear hole. And I don't appreciate it very much. We try to put it in my mouth at times as well. And I'm like, no, Pip, that is not what you do. But yeah, according to him, yeah, it's totally what you do, apparently, according to Pip. But yeah, it's no, not French kiss. Yeah, French kiss cat. Yeah, I tell you, he's the thing is, like, he is such a little sweetheart, right? Like, he's such a little bastard at the same time. The amount of things he has done is unreal. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like the amount of shit I can say right off the bat that he has done is absolutely unreal. Because he just, I don't know what it is with him. He's sweet as he is as sweet as pie as 1 minute, and then next minute he's like the little terror of the fucking seas. So, you know. Don't let his ragdoll cuteness fool you. He's such a little bastard, I tell you. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love Pip. Oh, he is such a little bastard. Oh, my bear, have you got any artwork to share today, bud? If you don't mind me asking. I might pull that arm closer and make that bigger. So I'm trying to like figure out the poses at the moment because that arm looks a bit broken out. And I think it looked better if the arm was kind of like... Hold on, you'll see what I mean. So if I kind of put it a little bit closer... Actually, no. I have... Yeah, feel free to put your doodles in. Yeah, feel free to share your doodles. Look, we love art show and tell here. You know your artwork's more than welcome, your doodles. We don't mind if it's traditional, scrappy, or whatever. You know, we want to see it. You know what? I've decided on something else. Bless me. But yeah, so oh, God's sake, I've done it again. I don't want to move it. I want to select something else. Can I select something else, please? Yep. I'm thinking of maybe putting that spear a little bit more in front of the camera. So I want to make this bigger, but also make it closer. So I kind of like foreshorten it. So it's kind of like she's having her arm out like that. So her arm's coming out as usual, but she's kind of bending it forward a little bit to kind of hold the spear in place. As you do, kind of, if you're laxing your arm. So I'm going to put it a little bit closer. Pip, off the kitchen table. No. Bastard. Excuse me. Pip's decided to be a little shit. Wait. Off. Boy. He's jumped on the kitchen table again. Sorry about that. But yeah, feel free to share your doodles. And obviously at 8 o'clock, we will art show and tell. Yeah, so if we do it like that, and maybe I will change that in a mo. But yeah, I don't like the way that hand's kind of doing that now. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it from a shortened angle. So kind of have her like sort of like loosely gripping it, and kind of have her hand sort of like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think I've got the whole thing nailed. So first off, we're going to save this because I don't want to lose it. I'm going to just fade that layer, new raster layer, and then layer. I want ruler, perspective. Now, I don't know, because I kind of want the center focus on her. So if we do it like that, and have like the centerpiece of like basically the focus up. So the focus is more on Boudica. So now I just do this deep red. Oh dear, Twitch, something went wrong. We can't find that clip. What have you done? What have you done? What did you clip? We want to see it. His decision was sneeze. Oh, you son of a bitch. I see it. I saw what you did. You son of a bitch. It's fun. It's funny. Right. Yo, I thought you were clipping burps, my bear, and now you're doing my sneezes. Jesus Christ, man. Jeez. No, you didn't. Oh, God. Apparently, I decided to sneeze. Well, I did decide. Wait, off. He is really doing it today. He's actually trying to show off. 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 Boy, sorry if you heard the hissing. That's me telling him off. Hopefully he'll learn to give up sooner or later now. Yeah, you play your Born Frustration when I upgraded my clips to sneezing setting, motherfucker. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll try not to argue then with you, Mugbear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to argue. You know, please forgive my sin of arguing with the moderator. Yeah, so if we do it like that, and then you've got the wall there, and obviously the curtains will come over. And then... Right, this is where I need to put the shelf in. Right, so obviously, because it's so near the center, we can't really just, yeah. I'd say do that. And then just sort of cut off here. And then you can just about see what's, yeah. I think that. And then just sort of. Yeah, okay, cool. The perspective's fine there. Obviously, we are going to have to sort of... Oh dear. Right. Yeah, this might be a problem. So if we just do like the basics of the chair. So we know the chair's facing away. Yeah. Sorry, I'm overthinking this, aren't I? My brain's going, okay, cool. And then what I can do is just sort of rule or call it and just have the chair sort of like, yeah. But we know it's kind of going towards, so we'll angle that a little bit if we have to. So yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. I think I can still make it work because obviously the shield will cover that. So if we just put that back here for the moment, because we know the shield's going to be here. We know that armchair is going to be like more like this. So if we kind of just sort of actually turn it into a proper armchair for a second. Just have it like sort of like an angle as well. So we kind of like have a secondary perspective because the chair's kind of like turned. Pip, what are you up to? Sorry, I'm watching Pip because I'm so fucking paranoid of him right now. Because he's kind of like, he's been really misbehaving today for some reason. I don't know if it's like for attention or for anything else. What I might do is once I'm done with this, I might send this off to Graham and just go, look, if you want this as a trading card with a little bit of lore behind it, like for the painting, because then they could collect it as a like a super rare thing. And then it can be like still a trading card, but with lore. There we go. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you watch Graham's going to probably, like, that's the wrong size, though. Be like, yeah, but it's a painting. So, you know, we can adapt it. We can adapt it, right? Don't grass me up, guys. Don't grass me up. Don't you dare grass me up. Anyways, but what have you guys been up to, by the way? Let me know what games you've possibly been playing lately, things like that. Yeah, so remember, we want her loose, kind of. I don't really want her to really grip that spear. I think, to be honest, I kind of want. Oh, fuck's sake! Hold on, give me a second. This is getting on now. Yeah. Good boy. He knows he's in trouble because I literally clicked and I pointed down and he just went, "Okay, Dad. Getting fed up. I get it. I get it. I've got the message, Dad." It's like, yeah, you better do. You better. But yeah, Pip's been really naughty, and Pip's been a very naughty boy. That's the only problem with him. He's a little bit of an Asbo shit. So, guys. So I'm just gonna say this to you guys right now. Just like, if you ever raise a cat, just let them know your boundaries early. Don't let a certain like mother of your cats tell you what you shouldn't do. You know, just make sure they know who's boss first, because otherwise you get someone like Pip who decides he's the boss and he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants, and then you're the one who has to deal with the mess. But yeah. So what I want to do is sort of like that. And don't worry, I will refine this sketch. This is just more for like my own sake, just to sort of, you know, and plus this will help me develop her design as an older person a little bit better. Even though she won't be around. But it's just sort of like, it'd be nice to kind of have like official canon artwork. Plus I could put this in the TGRPG book as well. So that'd be kind of nice. But yeah. Well, I have to ask, like, I have to get the okay from Graham on that one, but I'm sure he won't mind. But yeah. Oops, sorry. Sort of like, there we go. And then, bless me. All right. Now, what chest did I give Boudica? Like, sort of like a small one. Sort of like that. Now remember, she's an older lady, so they should really go a little bit further down. I know you guys are going to be like, what the hell? Why are they a bit further down? It's like, well, she's really old, guys. Like, super old. But yeah, there we go. Sort of like that. And then just sort of like that, and then... I'm going to have her arm down normal length, so her arm would be here. Obviously, we'll widen her hips and just sort of like have where our legs would be, which would be round about here. But her arm would be like that. So her hand would be around the shield here. So the foreshortening on this would be she will have her hand sort of like resting lightly on the shield. And then we can have our eye sort of like wander sort of like to over there, where she's looking at something. Now, I probably will plan the background out later, and then kind of like... I don't know, because I don't know whether to do like a reenactment on a field, or like in the park, or do I have like, it's just snowing, and you know, just to really set the nostalgic vibe. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. But yeah. Obviously... I think like having stuff like the helmet there, like having a Legionnaire helmet. That's a Spartan helmet, isn't it? So a Legionnaire's helmet would be more like this. So it's just like that. And obviously, like have it like sort of like that, so we can have like the angle of the helmet. Sorry, just wash pots. You got to do. I said, don't grasp me out to Graham. Like, I think I can't remember what I said. I think I was like saying, don't grasp me out to Graham for some reason. My brain just went blank. Yeah, so that's like sort of like to sort of her fight with the Romans. Now, apart from the historical bits, I'm trying to remember who else she actually ended up fighting. Oh, I know. Graham. Yeah, he's the head of Hoseki. He's the head of Hoseki. He's the guy who runs Hoseki, who my mangas are absolutely under now. So yeah. So we've just got to do the Roman headdress thing. Graham did something, I think. You can't prove nothing. You can't prove nothing. I think what I'm going to do is do like a little stand here. And maybe have something like representing Greek Zeus's sign. Just sort of like... Maybe like a kite shield, maybe. Just hold that up, sort of thing. Like sort of like that, maybe. So that's from like the Immortal Realm Roar, like what she's fought them. You know what I mean? But she's been a Nightmare Queen for a very long time. So because she's started retiring at ages, now I've got to think of every war she's actually fought in. Who she's actually fought was oh yeah, I know. Oh, I know a reference. I am actually gonna do a reference because she didn't. Well, yeah. And then just like that, just as a reminder, because that is actually, she's not the one who beat him, but that's a reference to something, to one of her campaigns, which I would love to do a module for you guys during the Tudor campaign. So these are all just little trophies from her sort of like, you know, livelihood. Oh, I know, there is something. There'll be a little podium for this. And I'm going to do it like this. So this will be one of... I'm actually going to do a half-broken weapon. Yeah, this is Boudica's trophies from all the battles she fought in. So this will be a handle of a broken sort of like axe. So yeah, and I'm going to actually put the handle like here. But I'm going to do the handle like half broken where she smacked it and trashed it. Because even though like the Four-Leaf Clovers fought him, canonically it was actually Boudica that fought him. Fought Marcus Kane the first time round. And she was the one who actually broke his weapon. And I'm actually going to sort of like, yeah, sort of do that. Just sort of like his actual like rusted magical weapon. And I'm actually going to do like a cog here. And that's like her last ever big fight. Because the thing is, this weapon actually acts like a great axe. And I'm actually going to break the handle as well. Because this is like a memento about Marcus Kane. He actually has like an axe. Like you can hold it like that. And then you can flick it. And it turns into like a great axe. Sort of like a dark... Also, it's my reference to Bloodborne. Still, no, don't you steal my key. No, fuck you, steal my key. No, fuck you. Right, there we go. So now we've got some lore pieces there. Yeah, there we go. Too late. All right, Skeletor, calm down. I think I just went, all right, Skeletor, calm down. I'm just going to obviously put her wrinkles in her face. Obviously, we're just going to sort of get her eyes sort of like that. And just sort of... And this is... I think this will be the painting until... Fuck's sake. You need to say a weird or fucked up fact before you do that. You can't Skeletor unless you give me one of those. Pay your weird facts tax. And obviously, and then just sort of, that's it. And just do her sort of eyelash thing. There we go. And I think, do you know what? I think this is going to be one of the few artworks from mine I think Nim's going to like. And I might actually just show it to her. Just sort of like, you know, this was like the day before she died sort of thing. And her son kind of took up the mantle of Nightmare King. Like, Actually, a fun fact: Boudica is one of the few Nightmare Realm leaders that actually lived to basically to a natural death because she just fought for so long. Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? I am actually going to put an apron down as well to reference her husband's work, like what her husband worked as, and you can try and figure it out. Just sort of like, there we go. Sort of like that, workman's tools, and then like that. Yeah. There we go. Because this is not a trophy. This is actually something to remind her of someone else. And maybe have like a little logo here as well. So I think they had logos and aprons in Victorian times, didn't they? So yeah, I'll have a look. I'll do some research just to make sure I've got that correct. But yeah, and then her thumb should go over. Right, so and then we got her hair parting there, just sort of. Yeah. Just sort of. Because to be honest, like, Boudica wasn't really, like, elderly, like, frail. She was kind of like, you know, but you could tell she's kind of resting and chilling. Remember, being born is a life sentence. There we go. There's the fucked upness of Skeletor that we know and love. Sort of like that. There we go. And then sort of like... There we go. And then just sort of... Maybe just have a little tear up there. Just look like she's had a little, like, spa. Because actually, like, the day before she died, because Nim... what Nim did with Boudica in the Falling Clovers episode was actually canonical. No one knows who she fought, but she had a sparring session with somebody before she passed away to live the good old days again. You know, because no one would let her spar for ages. Because to be honest, like, Boudica is pretty much a battle junkie at this point. So, yeah. Well, to be honest, Boudica was just a straight up battle junkie. She just liked to have a good scrap. But yeah. There we go. Maybe just have a blanket over her legs, you know, because, you know, she is getting old. You know, she does need to get warm. Just sort of, yeah. Then, I would say, like, her son really did tend to her every need, like, until she passed away. But yeah, but I know it's kind of like, it is like one of those weirdly, like, wholesome moments with VGLS where it's like, you know, before her son went batshit crazy, he was actually quite an attentive son. He really did look up to her. Because she didn't care about her own title. She was like, right, if there's a fight to be fought for freedom's sake, she will do it. You know what I mean? But at that point in the Victorian times, she actually did feel sort of like, you know, her time has come. You know, people were starting to sort of fight, you know, the fight were more in the houses of law now for people's freedom. So she knew her time was up basically at this point, and she was like, you know what, I've had a good run of it. It's fine. I can leave the rest to the world now. So yeah, little did she know. But yeah, I don't know, like, maybe if I finish with VTLS and maybe if I have a bit more time in my life, like, I probably will do some, like, not like one-shots, but maybe, like, work with people to write some novels up about certain, like, characters' lives that you probably never meet. There we go. There we go. And just sort of... There we go. Yeah, that's awesome. So we got the spear, we got the chair. And like I say, she wouldn't want luxury, so I'll say, like, this sofa is probably, like, you know, her favourite sofa. Maybe it's, like, something her husband got her. So I'm going to say, like, it's probably half chewed and that quite well used. Like, maybe it's something of comfort that she will only have. There we go. Yeah. And then just sort of... There you go, mine do a Celtish roots. Yeah, I think I like that. And then obviously, I've got to check the shield. Just make sure, like, that shield was there. But yeah. There we go. Right, that's her shield done. And then we can have, like, the fun there as well. Just have, like the hand sort of, like, going over as well. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So, yeah, anyways, guys, sorry, I'm well focused on this. I'm trying to, like, come up with ideas of, like, this painting. Just so people have got an example of what I've done. But, yeah. And then just sort of, there we go. Much focus, yes. Much focus indeed. I'd say, like, all the luxury bits in the house was probably due to her son. She's like, yo, you fought for everyone's freedoms. Yo, you deserve a bit of luxury in your life. But he's like, no. I don't want that. He'd be the one that bought the red house, honestly. But it's kind of sweet because if you want to know towards the end... No, actually, you know what? I'm going to let you make theories. And do you know what? I'm going to keep... When you get married, it's the... Yeah. I'm going to get, like, the marriage band as well. And then maybe, like, on here, I'm actually going to put, like, his wedding band as well. And then just sort of... Yeah. There we go. Just so you know, like, that bit is, like, really personal to her. And just sort of... Oh, I know what she could look out to, actually. So, yeah, it could be a field, but, like, somewhere in front of the house was actually a forge. And I think maybe do something like that. And then we can actually sort of, like... And you can see it's gone cold for some time. Sort of like, yeah. Oh, like, we kind of pay up a rough one. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Okay, cool. So now we're just going to need to focus on him. To be honest, I think I'm pretty good with that now. I don't need that anymore. What I do need, however... What I do need is... I still can't believe we did Among Dads on meme on that one. I do need something else, but this one is coming from the actual pages of Revamp itself. There's a particular page I want. So I think I can get this from one of my PDFs. Progress. And I know there's like an old version I've done. Where are you? Just gotta find it. Oh dear. I think I can't find it. Guys, I think I might have kind of fucked up. I can't... Ah, there. That's the exact page I want. You'll see why in a minute. It's that particular one I'm looking at. Right, I am going to look at upcast Victorian suits. Let's see. Not Victor. There we go. That's what I want. Guys, you have got just under 30 minutes for art tax, so make sure you pay your art taxes tonight so we can have a look at your lovely artworks. Yeah, that's not it. That is... Yeah, that's just a costume, I think. Let me check it. Though... We could... I just want to compare it to an actual suit. I mean... It's close. We can just use two inspirations. I might actually use that, but I won't. What I don't want to use. Yeah. The only thing I'm not going to use, I think, is like that cloak. I just don't like the vibe of that. I like the rest of it, however. And I think we're going to make that like the trench coat and then kind of use that as an inspiration point. So, yeah. So what we're going to do first is just get the body right here. And just sort of, because he is just hitting his late teens on this. But I want to keep his face covered, and it's for a reason. It's not there's going to be any reveal in the manga, but this is one of the secrets of VTLS that I really want to sort of like keep a secret as much as possible. And the only thing you'll get to see is like his eyes almost. Just like that, and then just sort of, yeah. Just do that, and then just sort of, yeah. Maybe just sort of, yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I got it. Actually, do you know what? I'm actually going to change that arm pose. And just sort of like, and then have the wrist bigger. So the arm will be sticking out. However, I'm going to do it like this, where he's holding a cane. And just sort of like, it was like canes were the thing back then. And then just sort of, just make sure like the whole body's fine. Let's do it there. Obviously that's where the rib cage would be. Because he's leaning forward. And then just make sure from there to there. You obviously just sort of, because the thing is the other coat, yeah, it's kind of like an open jacket. So I kind of just want to do that. And kind of like, yeah. And just know where the hips are. So I know where like the belt would be, sort of thing. And then just sort of have like maybe just have that like shaded. No. Have that like where the leg is, sort of like that. Yeah. And then have like where the wrist is. So sort of like that. Yeah. And then have it like actual sort of suit like that. And then have like, yeah, again, just sort of make a big thing out of it, because it's kind of like a actual like suited and booted thing. And then have the waistcoat sort of like that. So I think he would actually sort of look at it, but he will have very Celtic vibes on his Victorian suit because he's very proud of his mother. But he will always cover his face. I think that's like the vibe I want to go for. What do you think, guys? And I am actually going to use the top hat to kind of lower it. So I need to find where this is, so I know where to sort of like that. Because he never likes he doesn't like showing his face on like anything public. So I think with him leaning forward, we'll have the top hat here. Sort of like, obviously, yeah, cool. And then just have like around his head here. Because obviously I want to show some of it, but I don't want to show all of it, if you know what I mean. There we go. And then go back to, right, now we can go back to like the main part and just sort of like look at this design and kind of just have like a sort of, yeah. Maybe he kind of wears a masquerade mask, and we could kind of hint towards this design here. Sort of like, and then like, yeah. And then just like that. And I'll say, like, he probably would hide his face because he's a bit of a strange one. And then just sort of have it as a ponytail as well. Sort of like show, like, yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. I like the vibe. And then just sort of like, yeah, I think we've got to make that sort of look mournful. So we can actually sort of like, yeah. And then you can see like where the mask was probably developed later as a sort of like actual proper mask. And then just sort of like have the collar here, obviously, like as a proper suit. And then obviously we'll have to look at our inspiration again for the jacket. So obviously we got to make sure this is like this and goes round the neck. That's it. And then we'll have pockets on the side. And maybe have like a pin where he's kind of like has his mother's shield. And then another pin for the Nightmare Realm sign. Sort of like that. And then him wearing like gloves as well. Because like I say, he doesn't like exposing his skin, basically. There we go. Like, yeah. And then just sort of... Okay, cool. I think we got everything. Obviously, what we can do is have that. Have the jacket sort of like open up a little bit. I think I've got the vibes I need. I think I've got the vibe. Yeah. Keep it simple, because like I say, she's not really into any fancy decorate. I can see her, she kind of just probably wanted to paint the walls, like maybe with her favourite colours. Like, you know, like greens and reds. But yeah, I reckon that's what she'll do. And maybe like that would, the sofa would be green, but like the walls would be like mostly reddish. Okay, cool. I think we could do that. And then obviously what we can do, kind of like, yeah, have that Victorian hat thing going on, and then just have him sort of like lean forward. Okay, cool. I think I'm ready to pretty much paint now. Because I've got everything I need. So I'm just going to go layer, new raster layer. And what I'm going to do is kind of start off with just all the basic colors that I would use for them, and then kind of really detail it up. So that is the wrong one. I want Boudica's eyes. And then just sort of... And do it like in my style, but as a painting. So, there we go. Just sort of... If I do it like that... No, because remember, they're women. Women, I don't know, because her eye style... Yeah. Yeah, just sort of... And then just sort of... Because remember, this is more of a painting, so I kind of want like little inaccuracies here and there as well. Just to sort of... There we go. And then... There we go. And then go with a blackish color. And then just sort of... Actually, I'm going to use this as sort of like black for now. Just sort of like get the shapes right. And then kind of like use painting from there. I don't like that. We're gonna have to de-mess with that. I think I'm gonna go like do the eyes properly and just sort of, and then just sort of, that's it. That's it, yeah. I might move this out of the way and then remove it back. I kind of just want this to do this roughly because it's like I say, it's a painting. I don't really want to go like super accurate. This is the thing, like I have to like think of it like if I was a painter of that time, like I want to go like accurate. Sorry, I'm back on the phone, Di, but I lurk mostly, so I'm socially drained. Yeah, no, it's fair enough, not there. Look after yourself. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. I'm not gonna hold you at gunpoint. Mostly. I like my man will be like, wait, what? Mostly? What's that supposed to mean? You just hear like the cock of the gun from me. He's like, hello, senpai. you will watch my stream and interact, senpai. And then what I want to do is kind of like do a subtle smile as well. So that as well. Sort of. Yeah, just do it like a soften eyes sort of vibe. That's what I want to do. Just sort of, that's it. And what I want to do is kind of like go for like I say, once I do it as a painting, then I kind of like, then sort of like, a gun for me, baby. Gunpoint, baby. Gunpoint, bitch. Right, guys, you have literally just under 10 minutes to show for your art show and tell. So if you want to get your artworks in there, do it now. Right, this is where I'm going to refine it with the pen a little bit and just sort of like actually refine the shapes. Just sort of like, that's it. Because this will be... Pardon me, sorry, I was about to sneeze there. This is where I'm going to probably like do the layer like that. Like actually and then sort of like paint it up and then get the details and then sort of like maybe like phase this out a little bit. But this is just to sort of get some detail lines in there and then I kind of then paint it up a little bit, I think. Okay, so now we're going to do a new, and I'm going to do something here as well. Obviously, oh, edit, undo. Hold on, we're just going to do something here as well. Just sort of, that's it. So what I'm going to do is do like really darken here, because the painting would say like, you know, his eyes are there. And then, yeah. And then just sort of, and then just do that. Yeah. And then what it shows is actually no. Actually, do his eyes properly. I want to just really capture that, like, you got like that serious look in his eye. But what I want to do is capture the sadness in his eyes because he knows what's about to happen. And just sort of, that's it. Sort of like that. So I just want to get like the shapes in first. If you catch my drift. Yeah, I think I've got the shapes in. Okay. Cool. Right. Now I'm going to do a new layer. New raster layer. So this is going to be right at the top because I wanted to just sort of like get the eyes in a little bit. So just going to do that. Just check his eye shape again one more time and then just sort of, because he takes things way too seriously. That's half his problem here. And then just sort of, and he takes her legacy really too seriously. So I just want to see that look in his eyes, that lost look. Never mind. Imagine a post for some dude. Woo, nice. Well, nicely. We'll have a look at that. Like I say, we've only got like not 8 minutes to go to art show and tell, and then we'll have a look at everybody's artwork. Okay, and then just sort of, yeah. And then we are going to have that. This is like sort of like painted up a VTuber almost. So what I want to do is kind of get the bits where I know her face is going to be. And then just sort of, that's it. Probably do like stuff like that. There we go. Oh. Did I do it on the same layer? Oh, I was being an idiot, wasn't I? Whoops. Guys, guess what I did? And you're going to tell me off. Who's that? Who's the one in the helmet looking? I'm just going to show you. It's that dude. So, you'll see it. Oh, Vab, you're so silly. Yeah, I am. I'm so silly. I'm a silly goose. I'm such a silly goose. But yeah, so that's him. That's actually Mira's dad. And his mum is Boudica. But yeah. His mum's actually Boudica. So yeah. Oh crap. Okay, so feel that. Yeah, Mira's dad. Nikea's mum's dad. So this is going to be one of the paintings in the background. This is like Boudica's last day. Yeah, exactly. So you get to see him before he's actually insane. For God's sake. What's causing that? Have I got... Oh, yeah. I think I clocked on what caused it. Yeah. Which means then I can jump back on the layer before and just sort of like I say, this is not supposed to be super accurate. This is supposed to be like, you know, like to sort of get things get my ducks in a basket and then sort of like then start acting like a painting. Which means we are going to have to do this and then we're going to layer it up essentially. Oh. Doing it again. So again, we are doing this. And then obviously we're going to layer things on top. And then what we're going to do is once the base colors are down, okay, so that got such a giggle out of me. Just skin. Yeah, just the skin. Nothing more, nothing less. You get your mind out of the gutter. Go to horny jail. Don't collect 200. Don't pass go. No interest. Yeah, he doesn't really show much skin. So I kind of have to sort of like, yeah. But I am going to do his eye color here. On this layer. And because this is before he went insane. So his eye color would go sort of like there. Because he had his father's eye color than his actual mother's eye color. So I'm going to do it like that. So it's like there is a twinge of like leaning towards the red side. Law, people. It's all about the law. Sort of. Yeah. And then. Yeah. There we go. Because he didn't get our eye color until afterwards. So, yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get Boudica's hair color, that's the main hair color. So now what we're going to do is add another layer. Make that disappear. And then just sort of... And then we'll do our hair accessories afterwards. So, yeah. We just want the main body of the color, really, and just sort of... Yeah. And then just sort of, there we go. And then, there we go. And then just connect it up. Right, I'm actually going to say this will go above the eye. So what we're going to do is kind of like make sure it doesn't cover the eye completely. Yay, I think of it, hydrate. We got 3 minutes to go, guys, till Art Show and Tell. So get your artworks in there. Ah, that's better. Get your artworks in. There we go. To be honest, I should have done the backgrounds first so I could paint over the background so I can see. That would have been the smarter choice, in my opinion. So I'm trying to do this like in a painting style. And I just realized like how dumb that was. And then just sort of, yeah. And then My doodles are dumb, but it's literally doodling. So, I was coping with my upcoming interview so as I prepared. Yeah, it's all right. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Yeah, so the other one is kind of like lower, so we could just do that. So actually, if I just do it in shapes, just get the basic shapes out. Get the basic shapes out of the way, as I was saying. Rude. And then, like I say, we're going to refer to editing layer only. And then just do that. That's it. So now you can kind of get like the basic shapes. And what we can do is paint around it and erase it as we go. So it's fine. It doesn't have to be entirely accurate. I just need to know how it looks and how it goes. And then what we can do is use each layer to kind of like fill in the detail of what I want. And then just sort of, yeah. There we go. And the other one, yeah, the other one here will be like more like here. And that, and then whoop, do, whoop, do, whoop, do, whoop, do. This one actually goes quite further down. So this one goes actually all the way down past her chest. What I don't want to do is not take in consideration where like her body is and stuff like that. So, yo, you steal my key? No, fuck you. Fuck you, Mikey. No, fuck you. Fuck you, no, Mikey. I can't really do it out loud because my wife's asleep and I don't want to scare the shit out of her by waking her up. But yeah. So, anyways. And then just do it like there, I think. I think it'd be, because it kind of goes right far down. Because when I look at a token, I know it goes further down than that. Jesus. It literally goes past her boob. Fuck you, no. No, fuck you, Mikey. Fuck you, Mike. So it kind of actually goes down here, then it goes like that. Okay. At least I know now. So my ignorant ass kind of like, yeah. Like I say, it's fine. Like I say, I will fill this up properly. But this is just for me to template it for now. And what I'm going to do is, because she's kind of like more relaxed, I'm going to actually sort of like let her hair sort of like run wild. Sort of like that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that beautiful mane. No, fuck you, motherfucker. Anyways. Oh, it is 9 o'clock, guys. Guess what? It is time for art show and tell. Yeah, I think I'm going to do like mostly Boudica at the front first. Do the sofa and then do him at the back. But the head's going to be right... You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Okay, cool. And I'm actually going to have to do more skin on this layer here. So, save. Fucking art title. Let's go. It's fucking art show and tell. Save. And then we are going to have a look at everybody's artwork. Because we do have a lot of artwork to get through today by the looks of it. Yes, we have. We've got some from Creme. And we do have some from JP, so yeah. So last time, we've had some lovely Nakia fan art from Creme. Creme's done some lovely artwork from there. We've got some here as well. Oh, I saw her. I laid a blink and then chocolate and I saw nothing. And then we have this lovely artwork here from JP as per usual. As you can see, there is just the detail he puts into the artwork, man. Like, I love this. This is some next level Highlander shit here. Love it. A chocolate and I saw nothing. We got some more lovely artwork from Creme here. I love this design, by the way. It looks so ethereal. Very pretty artwork. I like not yours. And I love like the broken shard piece as well. It's like a panel paint. I love that. I have to steal that idea for one of my panel works actually when I need it. And then this lovely background work of like a snow and a little mountain here, like little door to the mountain. It's got very like Lord of the Rings vibes. Kind of love it, love it, love it. And then we got Mark Bear's actual sketching. They just You got this bitch like Adam there. I loved your sketches. I love the silly little sketches. So lovely up there. You've done such a wonderful work. Honestly, no, it's really, really nice. It's really nice, my bear. I just love seeing little sketches. I love seeing little sketches like this. I was coping. Yeah, it's good. I like your coping sketches. I just love the fact you put Adam's head above Avengers Assemble with the fuck you stuff going on. I just thought that was a lovely little touch. I don't know why. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just something about that brought it like sort of like together for me. And then just sort of, yeah, if we do it like that. And what we'll do is we will use this sketch as sort of like our and then just sort of, there we go. And then we are going to correct the fingers a little here. And then just sort of, yeah. And then at the moment, we will correct it. We just want to get the basic shapes in. And then just sort of, yeah. And then, there we go. And then just bum here. And then, again, right, we need to link this all up. So we want to just sort of do that and do that. And then just there. And then just sort of, yeah, that. 1, 2, 3. And like I say, we just want shapes. That's all we want. We'll refine it later. We just want the basic shapes in, get the anatomy sort of correct, and then we'll sort of like really build up the body. I fear I may lose myself in madness if I don't get my Adam plushie soon. Have you not got it yet? Have you ordered it? By the way, talking to Has-Been, I think we finished season 2 now. Wasn't the last 2 episodes that came out recently, or was there like a couple more episodes after that? Yeah. Like, to be honest, like the new season, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. Trust me, I enjoyed the new season. I am going to refine that sort of a little. There we go. I did enjoy it, but not enough Alistair. That is my criticism. Not enough Alistair. I get why, story-wise, but I needed more Alistair. Season 2 last episodes were yesterday, yeah. I thought it was, from what I've seen. It's not enough Alistair, man. Though I did love it how he fucking, like, without spoiling it, how he fucking totally played somebody. And even then, it was like everything Alistair did in season 1 combinated in like what happened in season 2. Alistair deserved his salutation up to the chair. Yeah, without spoiling it, like, dude, it was so good to see like Alistair's thing came back at the end, and I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Because I just realized like what he said right at the beginning of season 2 to Vox with these sort of like the bargain they made without spoiling anything. And it was like, he got him on a fucking technicality, and I was like, you son of a bitch. But at the same time, it was like, you gotta give it to him for coming up with something that fucking like maniacally clever. Alistair, Val, and Velvet would get along quite well. Yeah. But I did overall enjoy season 2. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of enjoyed it, but I was like, "Where's JP? Hey JP, busy, and I missed the art shit." Yeah, you did. And I was saying you've done like that art. The art you shared is really good. I really enjoyed it. I say it gave me some major like Highlander vibes, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna refine that because that cloak would be over the shoulder, and that would be like a bit more like the hair would be more hidden behind her there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I can let the pain. I loved it. It was so good. Yeah, I have to admit I kind of loved the fact we had more attention on like some important lore bits that I kind of picked up on. I was like, wait, what? There was important lore bits. another W for Virgil. Yeah, yeah. I know it was another W for Virgil, but oh my god, it was so good. It was really good artwork. But JP, you done really well on that. Yeah. Right. So the next bit will go above the skin. And that's gonna be her like sort of like her armor-ish, like a leather armor. So that will go down like that. And then I'm gonna have to create another layer. And then we're gonna pick up her like sort of like her corset armor. But yeah, thank you gamers. Yeah. But I don't know why, but like the poses in that, it really gave me like huge Highlander vibes, and I'm a fan of that shit. So you know, you did well, you did really well. Because like I say, it is painting vibes, so I'm trying to just get all the basic colors. I'm gonna just overlap that because obviously I'm gonna do her blanket and her cape, I think, on the same layer. So I'm just gonna make sure like everything here is all set up. And then I'm just gonna do that because then the sofa arm will be over. I'm probably going to do the arm over the body, but do the back behind the body layer. It's been sometimes as I've done like painting like stuff like this just to sort of, you know, yeah, because this is why I want to go over the skin as well, because I know I'm going to mess up and I'm going to miss things like that. So I just want to get some stuff like this. And then once I've sort of like get the painting done, I can then refine it. But I just want to get like the basic shapes in first. And then the skin can come back like so. And then what's that token? I just need to look at a token. Yeah, I think her leather armor kind of goes all the way up to like there to cover her top of her chest a little bit to protect her a bit more. And then we can kind of get like the cape. What's going all over? Have I just done something wrong? But yeah. But you done really well, JP. That is like I said, we had to look at your artwork. It's fucking, dude, you are amazing. But Bear, the season's music, the music was good. I agree, and the fight animation was really good and has been. My favorite fight was between Vox and Alistair right at the end. Like, too bad it didn't go for a little longer, but it was a good fight scene. I fully enjoyed the fight scene. I think the animation went really hard on that, and I'm glad they kind of did go hard on it. It's like fight scenes like that you really need to go hard on, and just to make it look really good. Right, her shoulder cloak. Yeah, because like I want to just go for like the vibe here. Obviously we're gonna have to give her. Do we go over the brooch? I'm gonna actually, Joe, do the brooch, the neck gear in the same layer. I think we need to do it. By the way, I just know season 3 was the season that Viv wanted to tell for a long time. Hold on. I can tell season 3 is season Viv have been waiting for tell for a long time. So it'd be good to see. Yeah, to be honest, one thing I was wondering about is when Charlie's mum would come along, and it's just like, I don't know. I kind of had the vibe like she was totally in the background that season, and you really couldn't see her at all. I think part of me was like, I kind of wished like we kind of had a bit more on Charlie's mum on season 2. I think this is why I was a bit like in the middle with it. Because it's like, yeah, it was really good, but I kind of really wanted to see like, because at the end of season 2, they really teased her. And then it's kind of like, they did nothing with it. And it kind of got me really frustrated. I was like, come on, dude, you can't blue balls us like that. So I'm hoping season 3, they don't blue balls us. And we actually get to know, like, Charlie's mum a bit better. Lilith. I think for me, that would be the thing. If they can really kind of work on, like, you know, her mum a bit more, that would be nice to see. Because it would be like the absolute thing that I would definitely would love to see. I don't know. I think yeah. I think honestly, like if we go up to the hair layer, I need to find the hair layer. I think honestly, her blanket, her arm blanket thing would go over her arms, and then because I'm trying to get like most of this clothing on one layer. And then the other one, I'm kind of will go like resting along her arm. And I think actually, yeah, I think when we could do it's like that. But fuck me. My bear's gonna clip that instantly. That season 3's whole deal. Viv was already said that Alistair's absence, otherwise he would be explored more in season 3. While 2 was a lot more of it. Yeah. So the one thing, there's 3 things I want to see in season 3. What was the deal with Alistair? Because now we know who he made the deal with. What's her deal with him? And what was, you know, like why was she, why? Okay, it's more of why the absence for 7 years. Yeah, I'm digitally painting, so I'm getting the basic colors in, and this is of, yeah, I only just noticed. Yeah, I'm getting all like the basic colors in, and literally like this is how I do it. This is how I did me Space Marine. I got like the chunks of colors in, and then I'm gonna like digitally paint the crap out of it, and then just stuff like that. But yeah, so I kind of use like the actual pen first. Okay, we're gonna drop the cape, and then the cape's gonna go like this. So that means it's gonna cover the hair. Sorry, hair, you're gonna have to go. Yeah, I think the hair's gonna have to go. And this is of Nikaya's grandmother. This is Boudica. This is Boudica on her final days, by the way. And I've given like a lot of hints to her history and who she's fought. And actually, who her husband is. Or who her husband was, I should say. So I'm giving hints towards that as well. Bam's doing a paint. Yeah, I'm doing a proper paint. Something went wrong. Yeah, my bear got the burp. I just noticed my bear got the burp. Lols. Right, where's the gap? I think the gap's over here, and then just sort of keep going until we find that gap. Got that. Got around here. I'm going to go around her neck a little on this one. And then they'll... Yeah, there's a gap somewhere, and I can't find where. Where is the gap? Is it because it's detecting this, maybe? I don't know. Try that again. No. There is a gap, but I'm not twigging where the gap is. But yeah. I want, because basically the reason why I'm doing this painting, JP, there's a blank canvases in the background. I have asked some of the Hoseki lot to produce a painting for me for each slot. And I'm going to use this one as an example. But I kind of want to do this one. Because this one is like, you know, like, there's going to be no spoilers, obviously, but Boudica is kind of important to the lore, and she was involved in a lot of history in VTLS, and I mean a lot of the history. You know, she was kind of a big deal in the VTLS world, and she was a very big advocate for people's freedoms because of, if you know Boudica's history, one, she's a battle junkie. Like, it runs in the family. Being a battle junkie is runs in the family. So this is kind of like important wise for the thing. And if this goes really well, I might ask Graham to kind of go, look, right, can I have this as a one of the trading cards? And it's going to have maybe like a little short novel. I might get someone to write it, or I might do it myself. But yeah, this is like important to the lore shit, basically. And I'll kind of want this sort of... Okay, I'm gonna lurk. I'm gonna eat chocolate. Yeah, go eat chocolate. Anyways, everyone, how else are you doing? If anyone who's new to me watching, I'm Vamp the Lost Soul. I am a self-published mangaka. My own manga series, Vamp the Lost Soul. And today I'm doing something very rare where JP's actually gotten excited for a reason. If JP, you want to explain why you're getting excited about me digitally painting, feel free to. Because I very rarely do it. And I'm trying to do it like my style, but with painting. And sort of like, yeah. Like, JP, if you want to explain why you're getting excited for this, feel free to. And I've done a guff again. I didn't go to the layer where I'm actually doing the... Maybe if I get rid of the hair layer? Yeah, now I'm seeing where the gaps are. I'm going to do it like there. And then there. And there. And then hopefully when I fill... Yeah. So when I fill, and then I'm going to refine the painting. Essentially. But this is how I actually used to learn to draw, which is weird. So I'm kind of doing something that I haven't done in such a long time. Maybe I'll try and find my old like college sketchbooks or something, and maybe just show off like all my old hand drawings and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think like you've seen like one I've done is the Space Marine. The second one I think I ever done on live stream was when I did the painting for the 4-Leaf Clover's background. So yeah, you know the one I'm on about, don't you? You know the Underdark one? That if you ever popped in and seen, or maybe if you might watched on previous videos. Right, so we know Boudica's hair gets absolutely hidden here. This actually looks really good. I'm so happy I've kind of planned this beforehand, so I know what I'm doing. And then just kind of like put the blanket here. I could do this one by hand here. Just sort of, that's it. Oh yeah, I remember it. I love that piece. Yeah, I've done the actual piece for it. Yeah, that's like, I very rarely digitally paint, but when I do, I kind of put everything I've learned from college and stuff into like this sort of thing. And I have to admit, I do like doing it from time to time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes it helps me sort of reset my work in my head. Yeah, there we go. Right, so the next part is going to be partially... I've got to do the spear above her, but I am going to do the blanket as well. So the blanket needs to go above this and this layer, new raster layer. I am going to go for more of a sort of like a pale purple blanket, where it's going to go over her legs, and I'm going to cover the shield a little bit, and the shield's going to go over. And just sort of... Yeah, because our thumb goes behind the shield, so I like to cover that up a little bit. It's a little reminder. So that blanket's going to be there. But yeah, I have to admit, I enjoyed everything, and I did use little tricks like added to glow to get the glowing mushrooms going. The only thing I regret not doing is animating the glow, because animating the glow is so easy when I can kind of like change opacities. There we go. Okay. I'm going to do the spear, and then the sofa, and then the shield. Or do I do the shield first? Where's her skin? I need to find the skin layer. I'm thinking of doing the shield over everything else. So layer, new raster layer. Like I say, I want to get like all the basic stuff in. And then I could do like everything else as the painting. Because like I say, Boudica had a huge fucking shield. I know that one. Historically, she had like a really big fucking shield. Right, where's the blanket? So the blanket over her knees is that. I may do the sofa on the same sort of stroke, I think, in my head. So just sort of like, yeah, in my head, I think that's going to make sense. Like, just to be honest, Boudica's the more important thing. So I kind of want to just sort of get this sorted. Sort of. Yeah, my brain did not concentrate. Right, the shield goes up. And I kind of like want it to lean forward. Sort of like that. So I'm kind of obscuring the area a bit. And then just sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I say, I can refine this a little bit. It's just, this is just more to get all the ideas out there. And then get the rubber and just sort of refine a little bit. Refine. Like I say, this is only a background painting, so I can kind of afford to sort of like mess this up a little bit. Okay. Where's our eyes? Oh, there we go. I was like, where the fuck is our eyes? There we go. Where's the blanket layer? Because I feel I could get away with doing the sofa. The sofa, I'm going to go for a sort of like a very deep violet. And like I say, this is the only luxurious item she ever had, because actually this has significance to her. So like a proper like sofa. But yeah, this lore wise has a significance, like a huge significance to Boudica. And it's kind of sweet. It is really kind of sweet. There we go. Because actually, like I say, Boudica never ever have anything like Bougie. Because one, she's not that kind of girl. But two, that's because of certain other reasons. And the only reason I'm doing this all on the same layer is because of a certain someone, which is her son. I'm going to put her above that layer, because then I can kind of get away with sort of, yeah, there we go. Do that, pen down. And then hopefully when I fill, yeah, what I didn't do is go around. Yeah, I know what I didn't do. Okay, do that. And then, yeah, that's what I didn't want to do. So I kind of want to do that. Again, I will refine as I go. And then I'm going to have to do all this detail work of actually sort of, right, do that, get behind the hair. We're just going to link it up like that, and hopefully it's going to go everywhere. I'm going to have to do this by hand because I'm not going to do it. I remember that. Love that piece. I've done that. The Space Marine piece I really enjoyed as well. Like sometimes I do it. What I'm only going to figure out is try and do what the background is, but I think I'm just going to do it very roughly. There we go. There we go. There we go. And perfect. And then we got that. That will be the arm of the chair. And then the blanket can kind of, I think that would fold over and then sort of, yeah. So the armor chair would fold over. So we need to sort of go like that and really give it that emphasis of, yeah, this is her sort of like favorite armchair. What I'm going to do is maybe do a little bit of damage here. So I'm going to get the rubber and just do a bit of damage like here, because this is kind of like well worn. Maybe just have it like a little bit like that. But it's kind of sweet because her husband, like the first year anniversary, she just said, I don't want nothing from you. She just wants her companionship. And her husband actually bought her this really lovely little sofa. It's kind of got gold little inlays. And it's kind of magical as well because when she sits on it, it kind of like reflects her own memories back at her. So even if her mind is gone at old age, she can remember all happy memories, even though she's never like died of anything disease wise. She just died of old age, but yeah. So this is like her favorite armchair because it never lets her forget her best memories. So yeah, but it's kind of been used a lot over the years, and it's made specifically for her. The sofa would never do this for anyone else but her. It's kind of like a sweet little thing, really. And this is why I'm thinking like maybe like I will get someone to write this like her last day and sort of like write her as she remembers things. So yeah, there we go. And then just sort of just do that a little bit as well. Just sort of like get chunks like that. That's it. Got a little bit of wall like sticking out there as well. There you go. But she doesn't really care of the state of the chair. It's just the fact she has it. You know, everyone's got their thing to remember somebody by, and I think this would be her one. And they're just sort of right. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Right, as for that, I am actually going to let her hand come out a bit more on that one. There you go. You know what? That's not really too bad. I kind of liking the vibe of this at the moment. And then all I got to do is him. And then the background, I think I'm just going to symbolize. What do you think, JP? But yeah. But like, that I will do detail on because that is something that is really important to Buddha. And I want to put emphasis on the painting. Like, she is looking out towards her memories. And I think having something maybe there. I'll actually do the snow and let the light creep in. I think that will do. Yeah. So you can tell I'm making like a lot of decisions on the spot. I'm going to do her spear on the same layer. 100%. And her spear is going to be simple. Because like I say, the Nightmarian weapon reflects their personality. You know, like I say, that's why, like, you know, I'm just trying to find a skin layer now. Because I'm trying to sort of like, I can do a lot of stuff. It's actually looking really good. I'm sort of like liking this at the moment. And again, I'm going to do this. I don't want to do is go really nuts on it. Guys, guess what I didn't do? Guess what Vamp did not do? Use his brain. And just sort of like have that. And just sort of, yeah. And then, again, that spear is the forefront. This is like the thing that she used the most as well. This is her trusty spear. Udoka never was without it as well since she had it. So ever since she had it, she never really never really went without it. Because again, she's a battle junkie. But yeah. But some of her most important memories came from the spear. So first time she fought, first time she freed people, stuff like that. Simultaneous Van forgot his own brain. Yep. Pretty much. That and then that. And then just sort of this I'm gonna do all in one. So just do that. Have a look. I'm gonna actually sort of let this sort of like curve out. Okay, here we go. And then what I'm going to do is then sort of flatten it on one layer. And then as I refine it, I can refine it as a painting. And just sort of, that's it. This I will refine a little bit now. The sphere should be pointed. And then just sort of that. And then the skin. It's looking good at the moment. Like, I'm really impressed of how it looks. Right. I think I should merge Boudica as one. I've pretty much got what I want from her now. So if we do all that, merged selected layers, I'm happy with her basic colors. So now I can focus more on her son. So, or Mira's dad, I should say. This is actually Mira's father. And as you can see, the sadness look in his eyes is actually for a reason. I'm trying to sort of tell a story through the painting, which I can actually find very hard at times. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what? That metal mask, I'm actually gonna sort of do first. No, I didn't undo. Layer, new raster layer. So these bit I'm doing at the very front. And then just sort of... I'm trying to think about something. Sorry, give me a second. Just trying to... Yeah. Because his dad actually made him this mask. This actually has significant meaning to him. There we go. Because he had a fucking accident when he was little. Well done. Edit, undo. Just sort of... Yeah, because that mask hides his face. So what I want to do is sort of do that. Do that. And actually have it a sort of bit more ornately designed. Because he's not, again, he is more of a bougie type. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. So I say this helmet was actually made for him, so he would actually have this. So now, what we're going to do is just sort of... I think we're going to do his mask in one hit, and then do a hat on another layer, and just do what we did at the same time, and then merge everything when I'm happy with it all. So what I'm going to do is just sort of... undo. But I make sure I do this like properly. Edit, undo, edit, undo. Sort of... We got to be careful on this bit. This bit I need to be actually careful on. So lower it. And then what I'm going to do is actually do that. And then just fill it up there. And then just actually wipe it out about here. So then at least then I can kind of just do that. And then just sort of stuff like that. And then... Oh yeah, I hope you're enjoying this so far. I know this is just the basic colours, but I don't ever usually do things like this. So this is kind of a momentous occasion for me. There we go. Of me actually doing some like actual like painting. But like I say, I'm not going to go too AWOL over it. But at the same time, I want to kind of just sort of like do decent enough that maybe we can have this as sort of like a trading card in the Hoseki magazine. Okay, so the mask is done. So now for the hat. You don't really see his armor. Now, what I might do is open another page, because I think there is another page with him in it. But I need to find it, and it is a double page, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So what I need to do is have this as reference, because this is, he got the rest of his armor later. I am actually going to go for a red mixed with purple. That. Amplify it. But I'm going to go like a bit more like brown-ish, like an orangish red. And kind of like try and make it like a bit more like what a Victorian suit would have. So layer, new raster layer. And then just sort of do... Make a new layer, please. Thank you. But yeah. And then just sort of like that. And what we're going to do is do like stuff with purple. So what I am going to do is actually probably use this. Because alright, there is no line work here at the moment, but I will just use this as a way to sort of subtly... I'm going to go for like a really dark purple on this. Sort of really subtly. That's it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there we go. Sort of like that. And then what I can do is then sort of, yeah, I'm going to need to still make that faded. I don't know. I think I should tone down that. I need to tone down that red. I think. Edit, undo, edit, undo. Edit, undo. Right. We need to sort of tone down that red. If I'm going to make that purple really sort of stick out a little bit. Yeah. And I think that would be it. Because obviously what you do is if you've got like any sort of like outlandish sort of detail, we need to sort of, hold on, I just need to get that hat right here. I'm going to get the rubber at the moment and actually refine the hat here. If I don't refine this now, this is going to look stupid later on. So I'm just going to sort of, there we go. And then get that red, or pinkish pen, I should say. Sort of like, that's it. Let's get that sort of hat done. Right. So now we need to add a new layer. New. And I don't know, should I, JP, what do you think? Should I do the shirt a bit more, what's the word I'm just thinking like a way to do the shirt a bit more in a, like, maybe like a bit more of a vibrant purple? Or like a blackish purple, maybe. So I like to offset everything. And then obviously, we need the suit here. And just sort of, yeah. Like that. And then... And I think doing the shirt and the gloves like a blackish purple would be a nice offset as well. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry, if someone's messaged me on something, I was like, oh, hello. Yeah, I think doing that. Yeah. And then get the rubber and just sort of make sure that suit does not make contact like that. Make sure it's like he's actually look like he's leaning forward as well. JP, I might need your thoughts just a little bit, just to make sure like what you think of this. Yeah, make the arms a little thicker, I think. And I think like obviously where the arm is, we know like we could do a layer above that and do the gloves and the cape. Most of the colors I would be mid-tone and build out your shadows and lights once you're flat, sorry. Yeah. No, I just meant like, obviously I'm not doing tones in that now. Just talking about like doing a shirt and the gloves like a dark, deep purple. If you know what I mean. That's what I was asking you on. Do you think like doing something like that would actually sort of, yeah, be a complement to his paler red suit, if you get what I mean. Red suit, you know what I mean, like that. The trousers, I might do a little bit of an offset of that red. Just to sort of make it look a bit more, what's the word? You know, actually like a Victorian suit. Because, like, yeah, I want to make him look outlandish, but I don't want to go too far on the outlandish side, if you get what I'm saying. And I think for the vest, I might do the same kind of red as the trousers. Like, do it a little bit darker to sort of, again, offset it a little bit. I see. So it would match the mask, and I think that it makes sense. Yep, that's fine. Cool. That's what I wanted to sort of... That was the kind of advice I needed. So the hand would be over here, and the shirt. I've got to do the neck scarf. That's fine. I'll figure it out along the way. I'll figure it all out along the way. This time, we're going to go under Boudica and all that. Or do we go over? Because, yeah, do the gloves and cane first, I think. And then build up. Yeah, so layer. Do rusty layer. So obviously what we're going to do is grab that same purple and go for like almost near black purple. And then just sort of, yeah, put his thumb sort of like over. And then just sort of, yeah. So you know where his knuckles are. His shirt would be quite well done up. But I think we're going to do his shirt on another layer. His cane, I think we should do it white. Yeah, if we do the cane white, that would really give it a pop, I think. Just sort of like there, and then just sort of, yeah. And then just sort of, yeah. Again, I think I've done that hand too. No, because the hand's going down at an angle. If anything, guess what I did? Guess what I did? I did a stupid thing. Okay, jump back up on that layer. I think doing that, have the thumb over the round of the cable, and then, yeah, have his hand sort of offset there. Because then we know that's where the other hand is, and the foreshortening can do the job for me. The handle itself, the cane itself, I think, actually should be straight up white. I don't know why. I just got this vibe. Like, if we're going to do like a bit of an offset of his colors, do that with a silver handle. I think that is the way to go. Like a bluish silverish handle. To really offset the color. Maybe have like that. I think that would actually highly complement his this is my color thing really kicking in overdrive. My brain's going, I should do this, I should do that, I should do this, I should do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So then, yeah. So I think that's too pure white. I need like an offset. No, that white. I do want white. I think doing it like an offset of yellow to get it sort of like that pearly white color. I think doing like a white marble color would be like a sort of vibe to go for. So if I do it like a pearly yellow, like really, really near white yellow, and that can be like a pearly yellow. I'm just doing this as sort of like my mentality towards things. Okay, so now we go under the sofa this time. Layer, new raster layer. Layer, new raster layer. So this will be the sofa itself. So I'm going to bring the colors back for this one. And we are going to do like that. There we go. And then, like I say, I think the jacket, yeah, if we do the shirt as this color and do the waistcoat, yeah, do the trousers and the shirt, I don't know. Do the scarf white as well, maybe? Offset it again. Let's do the waistcoat. I think the waistcoat should be more this color, like almost like an orangey color, to set the balance. Do it like that. You can tell like my brain's going overdrive on like color scheming this. So I made the sofa a bit smaller, so I need to sort of get this vibe going. Right, that's where the end of his waistcoat is, so we need to make sure that we know that's the end of the waistcoat. That's overlapping to the right, so because obviously it overlaps a little way. The trousers, I think just matching everything. Trouser wise, I'm gonna go for a darker red to offset everything. Yeah, I think to offset everything with that red, and just have him actually sort of like standing there. This is like me actually trying to figure out everything. Why is it not behind us? Did I fuck up? JB, guess what I did? Guess what I did? Never guess what I did. Okay, let's just make sure we get to the point where... Right, there we go. Okay. So I guffed. I guffed big time. So what I need to do is make sure this goes underneath the chair. Edit. Cut. Edit. Paste. Put it underneath. Then carry on. At least I've got another layer for something if I need it. So, which is really good. So, select, deselect. Yeah, so I think, like I said, we go for like a really offshoot of that. Keep the suit uniformed. Yeah, I think doing that and then just sort of... Because here, I could kind of really mess around with colours a little bit. So we do that. Have a little bit... Again, have that same pearly silver. I think have it as the belt here. And then as for the neck chief scarf, go for white. Again, just sort of like offset the colours a bit. And plus, I think having that white would be a bit more of an accent to his whole vibe. Yeah, have like the neck scarf thing, and then just sort of like that, there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Remember, we're gonna have this a little bit lower, so we've got a bit more chance to have that Victorian vibe going. Okay, cool. So we've got the trousers, we've got where the legs are gonna be. Just zoom out, just see how it looks. I'm liking the vibe. Actually, the vibe is going well. This is going so hard. So again, I'm going to merge all this together. Because the thing is, now I've got the basic shapes of the characters. The characters are done as far as I'm concerned. I've got all the basic things that I need. And then merge... merge selected layers, and then merge one more time. Merge with layer below. So what I want to do is keep things separated that I want separated. So the characters can be together. Yeah. I kind of like the vibe of all this. This is giving me a vibe, and I like the vibe. Okay, as for the background, this is going to be completely new. So we are... Gonna go layer, new raster layer. Now, I think I'm gonna go with green walls to offset the reds and the purples and stuff like that. I'm gonna go for like more of a, almost like a grey, like a almost darkish but greyish color. So one half of the wall, and I'm gonna probably put that layer above so that I can paint everything else beyond that. And then select, deselect, and then the other layer is going to be darker because the light is hitting the room from this way. Do that, and then maybe I can offset the curtains with maybe like almost like a velvety blue, maybe. What do you think, guys? And then layer, new raster. Select, deselect. I'll do the shelf as all-in-one painting. I think I'm going to do the windows one as well. What I am going to do is delete the window itself. So I think what I've got to do, just to make sure this works, to actually delete the window where it's going to be a window. Because obviously I want that to be seen. Didn't see that, guys. Select, deselect. There we go. Okay, so layer. New raster layer. I'm going to go for like a near blue. And I'm going to go for like almost like a lighten. Like almost near-ish blue. But I'm going to paint it down a little. Because we already got saturated colors. So we want to sort of like get these colors sort of like vibing with each other. And then just sort of, yeah, and then the other one. And that, and then just sort of, yeah. And then again, and just like have realistically where the curtain's gonna land. Let my hand do the work. That's what I want to do. Let my hands do the work for me. And then again, we are just gonna use this as well. I'm gonna go with maybe like a bit more of a darker, actually a bit more like near pinkish. Like not actually pink, but just sort of like, and then get that again. Just switch between the colors. So I only just want the very basic colors in, and then what I can do is do it under the curtain, get that shelf done, and that layer is just it's done. Oh yeah. Would help if I actually chose the right color. But yeah, so at the moment, we are just getting all our basic colors in. And I like the vibe. I like the vibe this is giving. This is giving like some nice vibes. This is giving the vibes that I want it to do. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to use the browns for where I really need the browns, which is like the wooden shelves. Again, this is Victorian. So I want to give it like sort of like maybe like almost like a red oak vibe. So like near there, tinge of red. And I say red oak, but you get what I mean. And then this bit, we can actually go almost nuts on. Yeah. Let it undo. I am going to create a new layer. Layer, new raster layer, so I don't mess this up. And then we can kind of then paint this up and get this really sort of, like I say, I don't want to go absolute hyper detail, but I want to do it enough where it is sort of like, it sells you the idea, basically. And then, if plastic wasn't around, so this would still be wooden, we can give it like a reddish varnish. There we go. Let's sort of. There we go. Awesome. So now we got that. That's done. And what we can do, actually, funnily enough, we could do the same for the shelf. So what we can do is, again, we follow this and just sort of get with the vibe. There we go. Because this is kind of like just below the layer. And that means now, select, deselect. We can now create a new layer. What I am going to do is put this above this, and then I can kind of draw on the stuff that I need. So, layer, new raster layer. Hopefully, guys, if you are enjoying this, please give me a follow and follow me on my other social medias, or feel free to share this stream with a friend. I am going to go and do like a sort of cream color apron. First off, we are going to go for like a metallic sort of thing there. And then go for this cream sort of. And then I'm going to dirty this up with paint. There we go. Am I done this right? Joe, I'm going to do the apron on the same thing. Because this is kind of like the same layer anyways-ish. So really don't mind this sort of like. There we go. So, and just sort of let it really be creased up. Just sort of like, yeah. Then you have like the pocket. And what we can do in the layer above, we can really sort of sell this. What's doing? Oh dear. Guys, I kind of guffed. I guffed again. Vam guffed again. Guess what I did? Take 2 bloody guesses what Vam did. Layer. I didn't do the new layer. Vam guffed. Again. Vam didn't use his brain cells again. Just do that. actually do it like that and just sort of let it twist. And then what we can do is then do that. Let the nail know where the nail is going to be. And let that, yeah, let it sort of naturally sort of do that. And then just sort of, that's it. Because it's behind the apron. So we want to just sort of, behind the curtain, I mean, not apron, behind the curtain. Just sort of, that's it. And then we're going to really dirty this up. And then just sort of, undo, go to editing layer, do that. And then really sort of tie this up a bit. Because I want to sell this like idea of what this is. There we go. And then just sort of, that's it. Fade that down. Right, we are now going to do a new layer. And we're going to go above the bookshelf this time. Layer, new raster layer. And then what we can do is have like a old hammer. I'm going to actually look at a blacksmith's hammer for a minute. Blacksmith's hammer. Ah, perfect. Yeah, the handle is wooden. So we do that, get the rubber, and just sort of go up to here. And that handle should be more like a steel look. So it's supposed to be like a darkish, not darkish, but about here. And then sort of, there we go. And then just sort of, oh yes, and we need that as well. Just do that. You'll see what this is in a minute. And then just sort of, there we go. And then one more type of hammer, because it's like, oh, so there's kind of like two types of hammers. And just sort of do that, pick that, the handle up, and just sort of, that's it. And then what we can do then is just like paint on the details on the apron and that shit. So because now we can actually see everything, I don't have to like fade this anymore because that's there. So I don't need to fade that anymore. Okay, and then we could just get some references and then just really slam on. Oh, it is 9 o'clock, guys. So what we're going to do is save this file, save as. And we're going to call it Boudica Painting WIP. Yeah, so here we go. Right, so let's find somebody to raid, shall we? Whose tea we're going to steal today? Oh, we got a few people on today. And I have actually followed a few new people to see. I'm going to raid this artist because this artist is doing some wonderful artwork, right? So we are going to do this because this one was just starting. Anyways, guys, thank you for thank you for coming on today. And we are going to say is we're going to steal your kawaii. Again, we are here to steal your kawaii. Thank you all for watching, guys. This is Vamp the Lost Soul, the truest more it seems, and I see you later. Bye.